You're looking at scenes from all around the Tri-Cities region after days of warning about it. The snow is here. News Channel 11 is in your corner, bringing you team coverage of the storm as it rolls through our region. Our crews are out on the roads.
Trust me, as we go through tonight, the snow will really pick up in intensity. We're pretty confident with some of these totals as we go through the next 24-hour period across much of Southwest Virginia, the Tri-Cities, about 6 to 10 inches. That's from now through tomorrow afternoon.
As I was traveling from John City to Kingsport, there was an accident where it appeared that a car had slid off and hit the guardrail.
We actually have a very good spot up here. We can show you a lot. Take a look behind me. I'm going to show you I-81 first.
Not even a year after the governor's announcement, the state of Tennessee takes a 180-degree turn. This time in the form of a news release from the Tennessee Attorney General's office, along with a 48-page lawsuit against Festiva.
It's an older neighborhood with a lot of trees that have a lot of cover, like evergreen trees. You hear air horns right now. You hear sirens. I hear Christmas bells on the street. I hear these bird screeches. And the whole point of this, even the fireworks, is to try to scare all these starlings, which I don't know if you can see right now, but they're all over the place. It's basically trying to get into their head to let them know you are not welcome in this neighborhood anymore.
Unthinkable acts against animals are said to be the gateway to even more serious crimes, with punishments some say are little more than a slap on the wrist.
Seen many abuse cases. The fines are minimum. We haven't seen anybody really prosecuted.
A mother and daughter who each faced 68 counts of animal cruelty back in April.
Dead horses in the barn, the smell of death all throughout the place.
A fine for not wearing your seatbelt in Tennessee is $10. Littering, a $50 fine plus court costs. The fine for Lee, charged with 6 counts of animal cruelty, $2 per horse. $12 plus court costs.
It is something that I think should be looked at, more seriously sometimes than it is.
The cost of repeat offenders, an invisible world with a clear impact on taxpayers.
Because while the inmates pay the price for the crime, you're footing the bill. State spending on corrections quadrupled during the past 2 decades, making it nearly the fastest growing area of state budgets.
Nearly half of Tennessee inmates end up right back behind bars within 3 years after their arrest. We checked out Chester Chafin, 54 arrests, and across the state line in Bristol, Virginia, 72 arrests, bringing the grand total to 126 arrests in the past 14 years. The Washington County Sheriff's Office gave us the arrest records of their top offenders. One arrested 105 times, another 149, a third arrested 295 times since 2003. How much is this costing taxpayers to take care of these people?
Oh, this is very expensive. I mean, it costs $47 a day to stay here.
News Channel 11 has learned the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 male juveniles among charges now filed against them: conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said the charges related to the planning of a mass shooting at a school in Hawkins County.
For the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office says they were able to pretty much thwart this alleged shooting that could have happened on this campus. Students want to know whether or not these students went here, when they were planning this attack, and how they were going to carry it out.
Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said the teens were obsessed with the Columbine High School massacre. Kimberly Perry of the band Perry, she is tying the knot tonight, and the event is causing a big buzz around our region. We'll take you live to the star-studded event in Greenville, Tennessee.
Hey, Josh, I'm standing out of the way right now because Kimberly Perry is making her way across from the church back to General Morgan, and she is surrounded by a group of umbrellas right now, kind of blocking the view. Many people gathering out to talk. I'm not sure if you can see the bottom of her dress.
Take a look right there. We are told that is Carrie Underwood, a live image right now of Carrie Underwood, country superstar, attending Kimberly Perry's wedding.
We're just across from First Presbyterian Church right now in downtown Greenville. Quite a crowd has gathered. Their cameras up. Here she is. There she is, a kiss to her new husband, one of the biggest days she wanted she wanted to spend this big day right in Greenville.
This is a serious situation. That's why we're on the air live. See the rotation on here? There's that little curl that we're watching where that rotation could be with this particular storm. National Weather Service is confirming a tornado over Oak Grove or near Johnson City. Watch over in this area here. You will see the funnel cloud. It looks like an actual tornado underground. It's going to take a second or two. A white tornado coming down because of condensation. Right there it is. There is a tornado on the ground in the Rock Springs area. So we got to get verification, but that definitely is a tornado. So if that is the Rock Springs area, that's most likely why we had the tornado damage through parts of Sullivan Gardens, Rock Springs, down possibly along Highway 36 in the Johnson City area. You can see some debris going up there. And we had that debris signature, but you know, you got to get confirmation of something on the ground also to go along with that. But that definitely is a tornado that we're looking at in that video. In the morning, still watching more thunderstorm activity to our northwest. We're definitely going to be right here with you, keep you updated throughout the night as that severe weather threat will continue. And you look at our lightning detection system, still over 500 strikes in the last since history began in terms of recording tornado history here. So very impressive, very unusual weather pattern. And thanks to all the people connecting on social media today. Numerous videos, helps us out. We can send those to the Weather Service. So when they're doing their investigation, and I'll be out there tomorrow morning, we can see what the damage is, whether it's straight line.
We could talk about the damage all that we want, but the visuals are what really take your breath away. As bad as this home is, this is one home and there are several others in the area.
While many residents were spared from the high winds, they did experience an incredible amount of hail yesterday.
We get some breaking news right now. The back of our station, Josh Smith, we want to get right to him. Someone has turned themselves in on this Monday's Most Wanted Roundup.
We came on the air at 5 o'clock, showed some pictures within moments. One of the people who we featured in our roundup came to the TV station and said, "You just showed me on the air. I want to turn myself in." Why did you turn yourself in?
I wasn't aware that there was an outstanding warrant. I was told that it was taken care of.
We are coming back on the air with News Channel 11 Monday's Most Wanted Roundup. You are seeing behind me the first person to be arrested in the Monday's Most Wanted Roundup. If you were watching just a few moments ago, you saw the rather remarkable moment when he came to our studios in downtown Johnson City and turned himself in. And earlier this year, Youth Villages learned the state decided that another agency in Northeast Tennessee could do a better job, a decision that sparked controversy and questions. What were they doing wrong?
Yeah, we never have really said that Youth Villages was doing a bad job. It's just we really didn't have good benchmarks to compare what they were doing.
Varney's decision didn't just help any company. He awarded the contract to his former employer of more than 30 years. Frontier Health has seen its state contracts increase significantly by more than $3.4 million. What do you say to the charge that Frontier is benefiting from the fact that their former CEO is now the Commissioner of Mental Health?
Right. I have no connection with Frontier Health.
3 minutes, 32 seconds. A community watchdog investigation revealed it took dispatchers that long to send crews to a fire that turned out to be fatal.
Here's some perspective for you. It took longer for dispatchers to dispatch that call than it did firefighters to actually respond to that fire.
Yeah, we got a fire on Watauga.
Gil was still alive when the first call came into 911 on the night of May 17th.
I'm at 406 East Myrtle, and it's straight across from me.
But 911 wasn't ready to call in firefighters yet, even after 6 other people called in.
There's a fire that's off of Watauga. It's right off the interstate.
I need to know the exact address.
In the end, 911 says a total of 3 minutes and 32 seconds passed before dispatchers alerted firefighters. Crews rescued Gil from the fire. Unfortunately, he later died at the hospital. What are you doing to make sure that never happens again?
We are dispatching when we have a location, not exact location, but a location. If you see smoke, you don't know the address, we send the fire truck.
Matthew Hill is facing off against fellow Republican Phil Carragher in the primary. Nate Morabito found out Representative Hill's campaign created a website in Carragher's name to attack the challenger, and that has Carragher calling the incumbent unethical.
This is Phil Carragher's official website, votecarragher.com. It's full of positive. Carragher says he was just Googling his name a few weeks ago when all of a sudden he came upon this website. There's not a good word to say about Carragher here. Instead, it's home to one of his opponent's attack ads.
It seems highly unethical to me.
Today, we asked Representative Matthew Hill if his campaign is behind the website.
His answer?
Yeah.
Yes, the campaign bought it for a cheap price. Looking back, shouldn't Carragher have bought the domain name first?
No, I guess you could buy all the, all the Phil Carragher type of variations there are out there, but why should you?
This appears to be a lesson why. Because if you don't, your opponent might jump at the chance.
Tonight, the truth revealed behind Greene County Emergency Medical Services' refusal to respond to 2 calls one summer morning. News Channel 11's Kylie McGivern is in your corner tonight, confirming the details.
A 911 records request confirms EMS responded 35 minutes after the initial call. That morning, instead of getting to the patient in time, the concern was getting home on time.
The crew refused to take an out-of-town trip that would have made them work over past their quitting time.
So you're saying that they actually refused to take the call?
Basically, that is exactly what they did. I don't accept that from what the crew had told me. It's too long of a delay for an ambulance to respond on any call. If this patient would have not been in a medical facility receiving care, and they would have denied that patient care, I would have terminated them. It's still too long of a delay.
Right.
And I admit that, and I accept that.
In law enforcement agencies across the nation, there are 2 lines of defense officers don't leave home without: a gun and a bulletproof vest. What many may not realize, each of those vests have an expiration date.
They deteriorate over the years.
In Greene County, the number of bulletproof vests outside of that 5-year range is dramatically more than those that are.
We had 40 vests, 40 men that were wearing vests at this time that were out of date.
It's a little bit disconcerting, especially when you have kids at home.
From sailing penalty flags to flying fists, tensions ran very high during last night's Musket Bowl game in Jonesboro. This year's game ended in a huge fight between players, even some fans, even some parents. Witnesses said when the game ended, players gathered on the field to shake hands, but as soon as they did, the sportsmanlike gesture turned into unsportsmanlike conduct as both teams had members throwing punches. News Channel 11's Jake Young was on the field right there in the middle of it, his camera rolling.
Never have seen something like this actually in person. And the surprising thing was you didn't really even see it coming. A couple adults, a lot of them I think were actually other students that were jumping in there. One was kind of coming around me and trying to throw punches at people.
Daniel Boone and David Crockett high schools are banned from the postseason for 3 years and need to pay more than $4,700 in fines. The TSSAA announced the stiff penalty late this afternoon, a swift decision ahead of tomorrow's announcement of postseason brackets.
We have breaking news at noon today. 2 local high schools have had their punishments reduced in the fallout of a post-game fight.
The TSSAA took $1,000 off an initial fine of $4,700 and also removed 1 year from the 3-year playoff ban.
I just want everybody to know that we're sorry it happened. I know both schools are. We're not proud of what happened, neither school is, and we're ready to move forward.
A district attorney and state representatives say a major policy change in Nashville is putting the public at risk.
Public records reveal more than 4,300 so-called lower-risk criminals are now on automated phone reporting. Offenders who now rarely have to meet their probation officers in person. Child abusers, arsonists, burglars, and most concerning to Staubus, 14 people convicted of first and second-degree murder.
I think those are high risk individuals.
We send a really bad message to criminals across the state. You don't release hardened criminals on probation and say, hey, call in and leave a voicemail.
Someone is going to say, a first-degree murderer, how can he be low risk? He took part in a murder.
Because the system's working and they're being successful.
The Department of Correction failed to tell prosecutors and lawmakers that this change was even in the works, so they never got the chance to share their concerns on the front end.
This high school challenge is heating up donations. According to the ALS Association website, in just 2 weeks from July 29th through August 12th, they've raised $4 million. Last year, the organization raised just over $1 million in the same period.
Our whole team is getting together to do the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Oh, my word!
That's right. They call themselves Team Wandell. They were down for the Ice Bucket Challenge without a doubt. Their fight for ALS hits close to home at Eastside Elementary School, where Dr. Josh Wandell is principal, and he was diagnosed with the incurable disease last year. You realize how many friends you have now?
I am blessed and humble, and it was hilarious to watch your faces. It was hilarious.
We are challenging you to take the Ice Bucket Challenge and send us your videos and pictures. We'll feature them on air, online. Just go to WJHL.com/ALS challenge to upload your video, and you can allow us to know your challenge by using the hashtag WJHL Soaked.
Let's hear it once again for Team Wandell.
Hi, I'm Frank Beamer, head football coach at Virginia Tech. Kenny and Jake are up next with Touchdown Friday Night.
This is Touchdown Friday Night with Kenny Hawkins and Jake Young.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Touchdown Friday Night, one of the largest high school football shows in Tennessee and Virginia.
We get a twofer on the hit for the night tonight. Tanner McMurray laying the wood on the first one, and then Hunter Grizzle with the second.
Check this out. Cruises into the end zone. Right there, just wow.
Even broke his own teammate.
Looks like a pinball machine. Welcome back to the show, everyone. That's my dog right there. It was Husky taking on the Bulldog. I had to. Jones would find Caleb West, and he would break a tackle and beat everyone to the end zone for the long touchdown score. They're not going to catch him. Turns on the Jets. Look at him. Look showboat. Tonight at West Green, they were having a pink out and hosting the Claiborne Bulldogs. You like that?
Heron, 74 yards.
Stay your feet. Stay your feet.
Oh, he does it, man. What an athlete. The end around goes to Caleb Brewer. He's breaking tackles in the backfield, working his way through there, matriculating down the field into the end zone.
How you spell that?
27-7, Virginia High. MATRICULATE. 41-27, your final. Honaker beat John Battle 14-7.
Learn something on this show. All right, thanks a lot, Jake. We'll start in gray. Something had to give between Danny. You okay over there?
I'm good.
You look like you just got hit tonight. One of the best names in high school football, Sir Shuff, takes a handoff to the left, cuts back to the right, and he's gone, coasting in from 30 yards for the score. Dobbins Bennett led at 14-0. Then it's the toe. That's what we're calling him. Landon Salyers booting a 44-yard field goal to give the Tribe a 17-0 first quarter lead, picking up 40 yards on this run right here. If the miss 1, 2, that's 3. He pulls, that's 4. You see, that's 5, that's 6. Good gracious. Shortly after, it's Hunt again as he scrambles up the middle. Somehow he makes it out of the pile. Is this guy got grease on him tonight?
Unreal.
For more yardage and a big gain, quarterback Justin Grizzle was trying to add to the lead when he hit Austin McCracken. Released to Kraken on the swing pass, and the little guy just wouldn't go down.
So we really want to pay it forward in this community we love, and we hope our actions are inspiring you to maybe do the same thing.
There have been plenty of customers already making their way inside to taste these delicious donuts as we begin over 13 hours of Surprise Squad fun.
Chick-fil-A and WJHL they went together to surprise everybody, and they're going to feed everybody here today.
Sounds good, right?
We're going to give you dessert for free. You got to love the kids. Look, man, we're also giving away little cows as well.
Now we're going to do the fun part, and that's give away all this stuff.
Here, hold up before you pay.
Oh, before you pay, ma'am.
No, just don't up.
Here you go. Here's a $10 gift card.
Come on, Trey.
To help pay for your groceries.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, my goodness.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, Elizabeth. How are you today? Good. We brought you a gift. Da-da-da-da. Thank you. You're so welcome.
Do you like music? Yeah. The folks that are on this tree are not as fortunate as a lot of people. And, you know, we want them to have a fantastic and very special Christmas. And you can help us help them.